Welcome to Captured by Light with Renee Terrell. It is my hope that this podcast will inspire you to walk in your greatness knowing nothing can stop you. Follow me at Reneemotivates on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more inspiration to help you walk through this journey called life. Hello, everyone. It is Coach Renee Terrell here, and I am so excited to do yet another episode with you. Today, I want to talk about trusting the process. Now, we all have heard and seen success stories, be it in business or life. You see them all of a sudden show up and they are they just become the top of a corporation. They're the new executive. They're the new leader. Their company has done this amazing number in sales or revenue. And it's like, wow, I want to be the next, or I'm going to be the next. My company is going to be the next. And one of the things that we don't see is the process. Like, how did they get there? It's easy to celebrate and support people when they are at the top of their game or just even want to emulate that. But there's the other parts that we don't see. One video that I love is when it's the time release videos where you get to see how something has progressed over time. A good example, one of the videos that I enjoy is when I look at the time release of a plant or the roots. Like at the top, all you see is dirt. That's it, dirt. But underneath where the seed is growing and being watered, you see roots begin to grow. And over time, the roots become bigger and bigger and longer. And eventually they become stronger. Then you start to see a little sprout. And that's the plant as it begins to grow and become bigger. And that's how the process is when it comes to business and even being successful and achieving your goals, that a lot of times people don't see it in the background. They just see when you've hit that level of success. And so sometimes it can kind of be misleading because you feel like one day you're not there, then the next day you're everywhere. And that's not how it works. It's a process. I encourage my clients regularly to understand that you're not going to just make it. I like to give the example when it comes to social media. Sometimes my clients feel like, oh my God, if I post this instantly, all of my friends and followers will instantly see this. And that's not necessarily true. Each social media platform has an algorithm, and based on what the algorithm says and what it is that you post determines how much of your information is actually being seen by the people who are your friends or even your followers. For example, it could be that it will initially put your post out to, let's say, 10 people who are likely to engage in your content. And depending on how fast they engage with your content, how long they are engaged in your content will determine how much more they put your information out on their platform. Because at the end of the day, all of these social platforms, they are businesses. And they want to make the experience that people have when they come to their business or when they come to their platform an enjoyable one. They want it to be something where people want to consistently come back again and again and again. Therefore, they want to make sure that the content that they're providing is something that says, oh my God, in my free time, I have to click on social media. I have to click on Instagram and scroll through because I enjoy my experience while on it. And so that goes into your content, what it is that you're sharing, the information. Is it something that people want to engage with? And then they will put it out. And that goes back to your content in terms of, is it something that people want to engage with and something that they can then expand your reach as a result of it? So that's a process. It takes a process and it takes time to really hone your messaging and what it is you do to attract your ideal clients. It takes time to get your groove in terms of how you do what it is that you do. Any process that you have, whether it's in your business, whether it's with your marketing, it all It all takes time. It is a process. And a lot of times people may get discouraged along the way. They get discouraged in the process of getting to achieving their goals. And I encourage my clients, don't allow that to happen. One of the things that you have to do is that you really have to have a strategy. You need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Don't just post because posting is what you're supposed to do. Post with intentionality. Post with wanting to connect with your ideal clients. Post with a focus and be willing to pay the price in order to reach your ideal clients. And that is more about the process. A lot of people that I know, even some clients, but people are saying, wow, that's a lot, or it's too much, or this is a lot of work. Let me tell you something. It is, but the benefits, what you reap as a result of your willingness to put in that hard work, is you achieving your goals, what you set out to do. Every business is a solution to someone else's problem. So you are being a solution to more and more people with your ability to not only reach them, but let them know that you have what it is that they need. I'd like to share some tips on how to help you get through the process of doing business. Just some things to encourage you, because it's not always a beautiful process or even something that is fun. No one wants to be in pain. Like no one wants to struggle, but it is a part of the process. And you have to complete the process and trust the process, that everything that you do is going to yield results that you want if you're intentional and consistent about doing it. So one of the things that I like to encourage you to do, or one of the tips I want to share, is first of all, have a positive outlook. At the beginning of the year, a lot of people do vision boards, or they have on their walls or somewhere in their office just different things that remind them of their goals. I'm doing this because it's for my family. It's for my future. It's for the legacy that I'm building. It's to help people, or because these kind of people are in need. It's so that I can live a certain lifestyle or be able to do certain things. So it's your why. And a lot of people talk about what is the motivation, what's behind what it is that you do. But you want to know that, because that will help you have a positive outcome when you come into challenges and struggles that are a part of the process. I mean, if you're doing your business and you come into a brick wall, or you come to a crossroads, or it just becomes overwhelming or stressful, then you can lean on, well, I'm doing this because I want to provide a better future for my family. I want my children to have more opportunities than what I had. It's something that is pushing and that's behind it. So therefore, you transfer your thoughts and your mental thoughts, and so therefore you transfer what you're thinking about, how you're feeling, to what it is that you want. And then it makes this moment, this painful moment, this uncomfortable moment worth it. And that is one of the ways that you're able to overcome. You don't quit, because it's easy to get bogged down into what we don't want, what we don't like. And what we know is you have to watch your thoughts, because they become your words. You want to watch your words because they become your actions. You have to watch your actions, because those become your habits. And you have to watch your habits, because that becomes your destiny. So we want to make sure that our thoughts match where it is that we want our destiny to be, how it is that we want to see ourselves and be, in the future. The next thing that I encourage you to do is ask questions to understand the problem, but ask questions that help you get to a solution. Don't just ask questions that keep you in the same place. So for example, you come into a situation, you head into a problem, and you say, why is this happening to me? Right? Or why me? Why don't good things happen for me? Okay. And if you stay in that line of questioning, it will keep you in a negative state of mind. It will keep you in also a victim space, in terms of there's no way to get out of it. It's like you're helpless. These things just keep coming at you. But the difference is you could ask questions like, how did I get here? Was there something I could have done to prevent this? And then when you find out, okay, this was not anything that was preventable, what should I do next? How do I, in the future, put things in place to prevent this from happening? What do I need to do right now to start changing the narrative or changing the outcome? It's basically looking for the solution versus focusing on the problem and just sitting in it. When you look for the solutions, then it gives you some empowerment, encouragement, and ultimately it gives you hope that this is not forever. This is just right now. This is just one part of the process that I'm working on to hit my ultimate goals, to achieve my outcomes. Changing and shifting your mind is very important. I help my clients really hone in on asking the important questions. I help them focus on their solutions and also to not ignore the situation like it doesn't exist, but to look at it in a way that they can manage it and move forward. Because one of the biggest things that my clients experience is being stuck, feeling so overwhelmed with what they're doing and how they're doing it that they just struggle to take the next step. And I help people to clarify their understanding, to take the next step and what the next step looks like. And it's just kind of like when you can see the next thing is to another thing that I constantly tell my clients and just people in general, I say, eat the elephant one bite at a time. And what that simply means is that there's no way you can swallow the entire elephant. But if you cut it up into little pieces and take it bite by bite, eventually you'll be able to eat the entire elephant. Now, I am not suggesting that you go out and you turn on the fire and cook up an elephant. No, but what I am saying is that take the problem and break it down into bite-sized, manageable pieces. So you may not be able to, in one fell swoop, just take care of everything in one moment, right? This may be a problem that you have to deal with over time, or something that, okay, I can't instantly just stop everything, but let me just start changing how I do my business on this platform. Maybe I need to update my website first and then move into working on my business cards and then work on my messaging, whatever, right? It means taking the huge problem and then breaking it down into bite-sized pieces that are manageable and things that you can do over a period of time. And once it's manageable, then you're able to move forward. You're able to see your way out of it. You know, I like to remind people about compounding interest, right? So you can take and put money set aside every month with no interest, and that's it, right? Or you can take compounding interest where you put every time you add to this account, now you're getting interest on everything that's in the account. And eventually it just keeps compounding. And so now the gains that you're getting from that becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, right? It's the same methodology. Even when you're taking just one small step to expand your digital presence or even just establish one, every step that you take, no matter how small it is, puts you one step closer to your goals. I help my clients understand that it is possible. The entire social media, running a business, being established and doing life all at the same time can be literally overwhelming. But I help people understand and see that we can just take this elephant and we just bite it one bite at a time. That's it. One bite at a time. And while it's uncomfortable at times because we're not used to doing it, we're not used to stretching that muscle, or we're not used to posting or writing or different things like that, that eventually over time we'll get better at it. And eventually we'll start to see the results that we want to see. I encourage people, don't get discouraged just because you post something and you feel like it hasn't gone anywhere, or you don't see any likes, or you feel like no one paid attention to it. Keep going, because eventually someone will. Eventually the algorithm will allow it to come across that right client's page at the right time. And if you put the right information in there, they will take the action. They will take some sort of action. And hopefully that will be the action that you and if you put the right information in that post, or if you share the right content, then your ideal clients will take action, and you will begin to see the results of what it is that you're doing. And that is what I do. I help business owners, service providers, executives, and established authors monetize their message, sell more books, and attract their ideal clients with ease. I help people either establish an online presence, a digital presence, or I help them expand the one that they currently have. And one of the things about me is I like to be practical. I am a practical person, and I want to know how to do it on a regular basis where I can be consistent and see consistent results. And that's what I teach my clients, and that's what I share with them, how to be consistent and in a practical way. And I also customize it to whatever they need, because it's not one size fit all. Each person has a different business, a different methods. They have different strengths and weaknesses. And so those things require a level of understanding to say, well, this is where you are, and this is what it takes to get there. And that is what I help my clients do. I help them get the results, to see it in the growth of their profitable business. They see it in the books that they sell, and even the speaking engagements that they get as a result of them using my proven strategies and steps. And so I encourage you to trust the process. Just like I tell my clients, trust the process. Understand that just because you did one thing doesn't mean that it's going to instantly take off. What it takes is consistency. And with the tips and the information that I share with my clients, helps them to be consistent, helps them to manage the process of having a digital presence, and doing it in a way that's not only intentional, but it really does attract their ideal clients. If you are interested in applying for my exclusive mentorship program, go ahead and check out my website, conceptmarketingfirm.com, or any of my social media platforms at Reneemotivates. And there you will find the link to apply. Also, make sure you just check out my social media, period, because I'm always sharing tips and information and tools to help you just grow and expand your digital presence. And if you have not, please join my new Facebook page, Communicating Richly University. I tell people join the crew because there I go live and I give some personalized attention and information as it relates to business, and even things that could relate to your specific business as well. So you can find that on Facebook. It's called Communicating Richly University. But no matter what, I just want to encourage you to trust the process. Make sure that you trust the process. Give yourself time. Allow yourself to not only make the mistakes, but then ask the right questions. You first want to make sure that your outlook is positive, that you are focusing on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, the very reason why you are doing your business. And then when you do come to those problems, you want to ask the right questions, the questions that lead you to solutions, to ways to hedge against this kind of a problem or issue in the future. And then last but surely not least, you want to just make sure that you eat the elephant one bite at a time. That means break it up if you have to. Do one step, one piece at a time so that you can not only overcome that problem, but that you can manage it as well. Because managing it will help you manage your stress. It will help with your enjoyment in terms of how you do business and your ability to connect with your clients and really provide that great service that they come to expect and love from you. Again, I am Renee Terrell. It is a pleasure to share with you on my podcast, Captured by Light. And again, remember to trust the process. And if you don't remember anything else, always remember that you have a responsibility to place your stamp on the world. If you don't do it, no one else will. Talk to you next time. You've been listening to Captured by Light with Renee Terrell. Follow me at Reneemotivates on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.